Hello and welcome to the 21st webinar in 12D's Industry Solutions webinar series. My name is Lisa Stewart and I'm the Marketing and Communications Coordinator here at 12D Solutions. Our Industry Solutions webinars are designed to provide insights into overcoming challenges in an evolving industry in more effective and efficient ways. We'll continue to run these webinars regularly and record them for posting on our YouTube channel and website. Our first 20 webinars from this Industry Solutions series, as well as 19 webinars from our training series, are available online if you missed those. During this live presentation, you'll be able to type your questions along the way. We'll put some instructions up on the screen shortly. We'll answer as many as possible of those throughout the webinar, and at the end, if we've got some time, I'll read out some questions to the presenter. Today's webinar, 12D Synergy Connectors, will be presented by James Irwin, the Business Development Manager for 12D Synergy in New Zealand. In this webinar, James will take you through the world of connectors in 12D Synergy. The Connector API allows you to connect 12D Synergy to your business's other software products. Connectors automatically import information stored in other products, preventing double entry, saving time, and reducing errors. A wide range of data can be imported, including jobs, tasks, files, folders, client and supplier companies, contacts, staff, notes, and custom fields. Connected products include Xero, WorkflowMax, MYOB, Excel, Abtrac, Dynamics CRM, and SharePoint. Over to you, James.
Thanks, Lisa. Hi all, for those of you that don't know me, I'm James Irwin. I am the Business Development Manager for 12D Synergy in New Zealand. I've had 3 years experience implementing and supporting 12D Synergy in New Zealand. I was right around in the early days with Customer 1 back in version 1, and I've had the pleasure of being able to see Synergy grow into what it is today. Now we have many clients and well over 1,000 users, which is really good, and it's great to see that the adoption of Synergy is really being taken on board by the AEC industry, which is really good. So as Lisa mentioned, I'm going to be talking you through 12D Synergy connectors today. So nice and simple, we'll just start off with, hey, what exactly are connectors? So 12D Synergy connectors are tools to import and synchronize data and other information from external software packages into 12D Synergy. We use the 12D Synergy API, or Advanced Programming, Application Programming Interface, to interrogate external systems. Now, for those of you that speak English, not nerd, that's just basically a tool that programmers can use to sync up different software packages and databases and talk between themselves. So what information can connectors import into 12D Synergy? Now the first really important one, and pretty obvious, is jobs. So for those of you that don't have experience with 12D Synergy, we use a concept called job templates. So you can template, for example, it might be your standard survey job or your standard engineering job that could should come preloaded with a standard folder structure. Maybe you want standard documentation in that type of job, a team list, tasks, things like that. So you might say, hey, in your accounting package or work costing package, this is an engineering type job. That can be linked through to your Synergy job template and go and create that for you from the template. We can also take through all the job information relating to that job. So you might have things like job number, site address, using the 12D Synergy attributes to store whatever information you want against that job, and that can all be brought through from your external software package. Importing contacts and all contact information and details, things like email address, phone number, mobile, things like that. Companies or organizations, which often get called clients in different software packages like WorkflowMax. Tasks, files, and also notes. So why should you actually use a connector with 12D Synergy? Well, I guess one of the real beauties about 12D Synergy is what our customers ask for is what we actually develop and get. That's what gets put into the software. So again, right from the early days, people were saying, hey, we love storing all this information in 12D Synergy, but we're also finding that a lot of that information is already being stored in other areas and systems in our business. So they sort of said, hey, it'd be really good if we could just take that information from the other packages and systems we use and bring that into 12D Synergy so we can get the benefit of that information in there. But it also means that there's no double entry of data, so you might not, there's no chance of making a mistake in, getting your information out of sync with the other systems. Hey, you do have that single source of truth. It's the same wherever you enter it, and you go into 12D Synergy and all your information is there. Also, the ability to integrate into existing systems is an interesting one. Often in an organization, the first process when you get a new job in will actually be entering that into the accounting system. And people already know how to use your systems, and if we can go through and create jobs, and information from your existing systems, it's one less thing people need to learn, and it's also one less step out of the chain of things you need to do when you're creating a new job. Now, one of the beauties of the attributes in 12D Synergy is they can actually be used to populate, template documents, title blocks, and things like that within the job. So if you're creating, entering all this good information in your accounting system, things like job number, site address, client details, they can be automatically sucked into 12D Synergy and from there go through and populate different template documents and title blocks, etc. So what connectors do we have out there? Again, we listen to our customers, and we build in what they ask for most of the time. And so the common sort of packages we found that people were asking for were things like Abtrac, MYOB, Xero, WorkflowMax, Dynamics. Also, a common question was, hey, I've got all these good contacts in Outlook, but I also want them to be available to everyone through 12D Synergy. So what we've done is we've actually made a Excel importer for contacts. So you can export a Excel spreadsheet out of Outlook for your contacts, and then you can then suck them into 12D Synergy via the contact connector through Excel spreadsheet. Also, going back to the API, this is our, we expose our sort of programming language to external parties, so you're not actually limited to what we have, built out of the box. As long as another package, also exposes the API, there is a possibility to create a, a custom connector. If you've got a software package that is important to you, that can be developed as a one-off, just using the API, not necessarily by us, but we work in .NET, so many people can actually do this. Now, how do the connectors work? So if you say, hey, we want to go ahead and get the connector up and running, the first thing you need to do is contact your local 12D Synergy distributor for a new license file, so we can enable the connector you want. And you'd also need to contact your other software provider for your API information. Now, over the right there, I've just got a screenshot of the 12D Synergy administrator and the connectors menu, and this is where we actually set up the and configure the connector out of the box. So you see in that configuration tab down the bottom there, we've got fields where you can enter in your API information, so we can basically point to the right database or the right system there. The next step is once you've connected into your other software package, it will pick up the fields in that software package. So you see down the left there the source fields. We've got all the information we're storing on companies there, and also the information we're storing on tasks. So over the right hand side, there's that target attribute column. Through there, you just go through and select which 12D Synergy attribute this relates to. So you just map them all up how you want. And the next step is actually triggering it. So the first thing you want to do is actually run a test trigger from the 12D Synergy Administrator. So you might just want to pull in one job or maybe a contact or a company, and you can make sure that's brought it through correctly and all mapped how you like and how you expect it, and you can adjust it if you want. So the next step, once you're all happy with how everything's come through, would actually be to either set that up on a schedule. So for example, you might say every 300 seconds I want Synergy to look to my other database, hey, if there's any new jobs in that database, import them into Synergy, or if there's any updates to the information in my other database, go through and update that in Synergy, so they're staying nice and in sync and they're all the same. The last option is, hey, maybe you don't want all your jobs from your other system in Synergy, so we also do have a manual trigger available from the 12D Synergy client. So in the bottom screenshot down there, you'll see we have a connectors menu, and you can just do a manual sync. So you might say, hey, just bring in this job number with all the contacts and clients and other details related to it there. So just a bit of a summary on connectors. So hey, they're a tool to help you access data from your other systems. We do have a bunch of built-in connectors for commonly used products, but you're not limited to what we have built in, because the API enables you to develop your own. It means you have a single source of truth. You're not double entering data. And also it's nice and easy to configure out of the box. You see, it's just a matter of mapping through the fields you want and making sure you're happy with it. And when you're all happy, it's just press and forget, and it goes along in the background. So that's the gist on connectors. Like most things in 12D Synergy, nice and easy to use, but really effective. So if there's any questions, I'm happy to answer them.
Thanks for that, James. I think that was pretty comprehensive as an overview. So we'll just pop that recording up on YouTube in the next couple of days. And that's really great. Thank you. Our next two Industry Solutions webinars are Dynamic Water Supply on the 31st of March and Underground Storage Tanks on the 5th of April. We've also got some great training topics coming up if you're interested in those, so we'll keep updating the website with more topics as they're set and keep you posted through email and social media. If you need to contact us in the meantime, we'll pop our details up on the screen shortly. That concludes our presentation for today. Thank you for attending, and we hope to see you at future webinars.